but from one legend to another. She's the royal commentator. She's the founder of To Die For Daily. She is the co-host of the Majesty podcast. And she is she a she? Are you a she? I don't even know whether you are a she, Kinsey Schofield. Am I being presumptuous by assuming your gender identity, Kinsey Schofield?
I identify as a royal.
Oh, well, then, Your Majesty. I'm so sorry, Your Highness. What am I talking about, Your Royal Highness? Lovely to have you this morning, Kinsey Schofield.
Thank
Now,
you.
before we go anywhere, I do think we need to talk about our emergency To Die For Daily.com/Majesty podcast that we did this week, because we've actually done two this week. We've got the Majesty podcast that we've done that has gone out, and we've also got the emergency one because of Meghan. So which one do you want to talk about first?
Well, yeah. So we've given the people what they want, Cristo, and that's over an hour of content this week. So You're welcome,
We've done
people.
very well.
And if anybody's curious to hear our podcasts, all you have to do is search Majesty TEA with Cristo Foufas and Kinsey Schofield wherever you listen to podcasts, or To Die For Daily, DI as in Diana, wherever you listen to podcasts. I was pretty fired up last week because there was a report circulating that Meghan Markle was being considered for the sequel of Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard. And you came in hot, Cristo. Cristo had a theory, or should I make them listen to the podcast? No, I'm just going to say it. Cristo had an amazing...
So yes, just so you know, so basically, iconic movie, Whitney Houston and Diana, apparently, reportedly... Princess Diana, and this has been confirmed by Kevin Costner, just before she died, had been talking to Kevin Costner about having a role in the Bodyguard sequel. The script.
And for the lady that told me I was wrong on Twitter, I've blocked you. Thank you. Kevin Costner confirmed.
Yeah, he did confirm that. So, I'm sorry you had that experience, Kinsey. But Kevin Costner confirmed that this script was written, and then Diana died, unfortunately. Now, how much Diana would have actually done of the movie, whether she'd have been the main character, I suspect it would have probably ended up being whittled down to a cameo appearance, because I'm not sure that Diana would have done an entire movie. But either way, it was amazing. It was a brilliant story, and Kevin Costner has confirmed it. Cut to all these years later, Meghan Markle is now saying that she is being lined up for a remake of The Bodyguard. It's being written, and that she will be taking the main character. And the reason you were so furious about this was because you see it as her attempting to once again trade off and hijack Diana's memory. You were furious. You sent me a WhatsApp. You said, we need to record something now. Now, you said.
I said, put your pants on, Cristo. Yes. This is an emergency situation.
Well, I didn't wear them for the podcast. I want you to know that now. I kept them off. I wanted to be free when we were discussing it. And so we were talking about it on the podcast, and then you're quite right, I had an epiphany about what this was actually about. And if I say so myself, you thought it was probably the best theory you've ever heard in the history of royal commentators, didn't you?
I did. I actually am having a trophy for you made.
Are you? Thank you. I want that. So my theory was that if you do a search on Meghan Markle and Bodyguard, all that comes up is the number of bodyguards that she's fallen out with and the number of bodyguards that she's fired. Because, of course, as we know, the Sussexes, the staff that work for the Sussexes usually last about, how long? 20 minutes? Or something like that before
As long as they'll, like, I don't know, how long do sea monkeys last? Because I think sea monkeys might outlive Harry and Meghan's staff in general.
So basically they've got a big turnover of staff, and some of those are bodyguards, and there's stories of bodyguards saying that they've been treated appallingly and all of these sorts of things. And so the epiphany I had was this a story invented by Team Meghan and Harry, so that whenever you now do an internet search on Bodyguard, Meghan and Harry, this is the #1 search term that comes up about an apparent remake of the Bodyguard movie, rather than all of the negative stories about Meghan and Harry and their bodyguards. Is this actually a genius piece of digital marketing and reputation management?
I have no clue, but I thought, wow, what an interesting concept. What a great theory. Because, you know, we are seeing Meghan and Harry so separate lately. Harry just did an event without Meghan Markle for Princess Diana's charity here in California. And then on Friday morning, Meghan was seen alone in Montecito at the farmer's market. No dogs allowed, but Meghan was there with her beagle because rules for thee, but not for she. I just think that I do think behind the scenes, there are strategies being developed that are really dividing these two individuals.
Well, we've been speaking a lot, haven't we, about how rumours are abound that all is not happy behind the doors of that Montecito mansion between the couple, but also that they have to start really considering what their brand is going to be going forward, because at this present moment, no one really wants to touch them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't help, you know, Spotify was gracious in that exit statement saying that this was a mutual agreement, but it doesn't help when one of your executives within 24 hours calls them grifters and says they're lazy and goes as far as to I think I don't know who I was talking to somebody that knows Bill Simmons of Spotify, and they said that he told them that Harry just didn't want to work, that Harry did not want to do anything. He just really wasn't motivated to create that content for Spotify.
Unless it was the Pope. I mean, that was his big idea, wasn't it? Oh, we'll talk to the Pope. Actually, no, we'll talk to Putin. I mean, it's just amazing. Yeah. I mean, great. Okay. That's not a bad idea, and really, really achievable. I'm sure Vladimir will take time out of the Ukraine war to sit down and talk about hypnotherapy with Harry and mushrooms.
A kumbaya moment. Yeah. I mean, and there's this poll in the States, this YouGov poll saying that Prince Harry is currently more popular than Prince William. That disappoints me, but I also don't know what we expected when Harry has spent the last several years, you know, slandering his brother, saying that his brother physically attacked him, broke his necklace and his dog bowl. I
thought that the dog bowl attacked Harry. I get very confused about the role of the dog bowl in this. I thought the dog bowl physically attacked Harry and left a mark on his back.
Harry fell on it when William went after him, allegedly.
I love the detail of that. I'll never get over the detail that's in Spare. Every single micro detail.
Every single Elizabeth Arden mention.
Elizabeth Arden, yes. I'm still stinging from that, so let's not go into Elizabeth Arden.